The Arcturian Group. April 21, 2013. Hello dear ones. We come today to wish you a happy spring, although it has been a very different spring for many parts of your world this year. Gaia is adjusting to the new energies pouring in, as well as opening herself to more of her own divine energies, for she too is a conscious being. Gaia is making the adjustments necessary as best she can in order to allow her own ascension to proceed with the least amount of discord to the beings living on Earth. Much of that which you see as chaos in the world is the releasing of dark energy pockets which have lain dormant in certain areas for eons of time. These are places where the energies of war, strife, and suffering still resonate, and where years and years of unenlightened thinking and actions are now manifesting in order to be looked at, transmuted, and released. It may appear as though the world is becoming darker, but it is actually the activity of more light shining on previously hidden shadows, bringing them to world awareness instead of allowing them to stay hidden and functional as has been the case up to now. Much is happening, dear ones, and those choosing to resist the light through ignorance and fear are now fighting for their survival, which can only be a losing battle regardless of how long it takes, simply because divine consciousness is the only reality and thus can never be extinguished. There is no reality holding power to illusions created from the energies of duality and separation, even though they seem so real. Hypnotism. We have stated before that the good illusions are no more real than the bad ones, both represent duality. When there is enough light on Earth, it will simply dissolve the unenlightened illusions into the nothingness that they are. Many of today's children are on Earth at this time simply to add their light to this evolutionary process. They did not need to be in body for their own personal evolution, as they are already very evolved, but chose to be a part of this powerful time by adding their evolved energy to it. This is why you are becoming aware of so many very intuitive and old-thinking children. Try to honor them for their light and not think of them as odd or force them to being more in and of the old energies. Stay true to your awareness, dear ones, for you are making the difference, although it may not seem outwardly to be that way. Try not to watch so much news, for in doing this you are being fed a continuous supply of negativity and old energy. Be selective in what you read, for you would not feed your body junk, so why feed your mind and consciousness with it? Stay aware, but not fully engrossed in the world, but not of it. The time is now to live that which you know to be the truth, and not just consider it interesting conversation for groups, classes, or friends. Meditate often, resting in your center of oneness, for this is your calming respite from the world of appearances, and is where you will be taught. No longer do you need piles of books and many classes, for you have evolved beyond them to being taught from within. This is why many of you are finding that you no longer resonate with metaphysical books and classes. Arcturian Group wishes to talk about America. America was founded on divine principles brought forth by the founding fathers through the guidance of beings of light from this side. America was evolved enough to begin moving toward a new consciousness representative of the freedoms and peace enjoyed by the societies of evolved and already established colonies on other planets. These are highly intelligent societies living in peace and love, societies in which all life forms are valued and respected, and there is no awareness of lack or limitation. Mankind was ready to receive and plant the seeds for this higher resonating society to unfold. America's founding fathers were being divinely guided as they wrote the Constitution, seeding consciousness with a new way of living and being, one of freedom and peace for all. The Constitution was a three-dimensional way of bringing in a more enlightened world consciousness, although most were not yet ready at that time and even now, to really comprehend the higher truths embodied in this document. America began as a babe, over time unfolding and growing through painful experiences of trial and error, but is now awaking spiritually into young adulthood, although there are still many resonating with the rebellious adolescent consciousness. Many have and still misinterpret the spiritually guided document to benefit their own selfish or simply ignorant interests, twisting or eliminating divinely inspired ideas to their personal level and working to convince others that this is entirely appropriate. It is happening more than ever now because there is panic in those who see the awakening of the masses as an end to their old, comfortable, and self-serving ways. Corporations, governments, churches, etc., who may be still functioning in an energy of greed and selfishness are doing whatever they believe is necessary, including the misinterpreting your sacred constitution, in order to keep mankind in an energy of fear for the purpose of preserving their own lucrative and self-serving agendas. However, those of you of the light are now ready to pay attention and deal with world issues on a new and higher level. Send light to the people who seem to be causing so many problems, and remember that they too are an end of the divine, but have no awareness of it and thus make all their choices from a place of ignorance. Bring the light of truth to every situation you become aware of or personally encounter. The awareness of truth and the illusory nature of appearances along with the sending of light helps to dissolve these illusions of darkness. Ranting and raving about the evils of the world adds your energy to the already present energy creating these appearances and gives them more reality. Illusions gain strength from the energy you feed them. See? Do what you are guided to do in order to bring change in practical 3D-dimensional ways. Sign petitions, plant seeds of truth with your words, etc. But always be aware of the illusory nature of appearances, that they are manifestations of shadow energy with no law to sustain or maintain them. Take the human footsteps, but only after seeking guidance through contemplation and meditation. You may be guided to do absolutely nothing but stand back and observe in detached awareness, or you may be guided to just send light, or you may be guided to take some sort of action. Always remember, all power is only ever within the divine, the truth, the reality. We are the Arcturian group. Channeled by Marilyn Raphael. www.onenessofall.com